Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. Latest afternoon's Manchester United news, all the day's news and goings on at this once great football club. What is going on, everybody, today? Thank you very much for joining us and getting involved in the chat. Shout out to the legends in here: Ben Roper, Butterpants, Flying Pig United fan, Scott Hutchinson, Rush Marno, Steve Hall, Top Notch Tom, Flabby G, Keshav Chundang Singh, and everybody else as well. Talk MU, how you doing, boss? Thank you everyone for getting in here. Do us a favor at the start of this show, smash the like button on it. Thank you for getting in. Do drop a like, it's free. Also share it around on social media, smack it out there in the ether, get it around, tell your friends about it and share it around. Nice one, thanks very much. And if you're new, also hit that subscribe button too. Get yourself involved in the chat. Let us know your thoughts and opinions about this once great football club. And let us know your thoughts and opinions about these charlatan owners that we've got, aka the shithouses, the Glazers. We've got a lot of transfer news to get into today, a lot of speculative news. Also, we've got a lot of, updates, or not so much updates, but a little bit more on Ten Hag, Ragnick's comments, etc. We're going to get into those. But of course, I want to kick the show off with really talking about the main topic of this show and what's been going on today, obviously, which is the protests at Carrington, of course, and the planned protest tomorrow for the Norwich game as well. In regards to getting the Glazers out of this once great football club. I keep calling it a once great football club because, sadly, that's what it is. It once was a great football club. The fans are still great. The history's still great. You know, the core, what's there is essentially a fantastic club. But unfortunately, we've got some really bad owners, and they absolutely stink up the gaff with their decision-making, also their lack of true investment and their apparent lack of ambition when it comes to seriously challenging for the title and actually trying to fill all the puzzle pieces that we need. And also just their blatant disregard for the safety and the future of this football club in regards to buying the club with debt, keeping the club in debt. I mean, this club is still in £400-odd million worth of debt with the Glazers ownership, and they bought the club, when was it, the mid-2000s. So these guys have not exactly done well at chipping away and paying that debt off at Manchester United, have they? They've been too busy lining their coffers, obviously trying to get themselves money, successfully doing that by doing things such as, floating Manchester United on the stock exchange, selling stocks in Manchester United. Obviously, therefore, they've, and over the years, what you've seen them do is many a times sell off various stocks that they've got, some stock options that they've got, in order to sort of generate themselves lots of funds. There's, of course, been dividends. There's always dividends with shareholders in football clubs. But, hey, there's dividends over the years. There's lots of different times when, they've done some transfer business, or they've got some major new sponsorship deal, or some huge news that's given us a big boost on the stock exchange. And therefore, what do? Well, they just sell off little assets here and there. They're only in it for one thing, and we know that, guys, and it's always been the case since they've come in. Fortunately for them, at the start, they had Sir Alex Ferguson. Since he's left, of course, it's been an absolute shit show of a roller coaster of a ride, and they've been truly at the wheel behind it. Yeah, so look, we have to obviously understand that they are the biggest root problem at this club. We can go on about, this guy managing Ollie, Jose, Louis, Ragnick, whoever it may be. We can say, they're the problem. They've not got the best out of this set of players. And we can say the players are the problem. And yeah, Harry Maguire is a complete fridge. And Ronaldo's only got 1 and 2 this season. He's gone, or whatever people are saying, You can say all these things too. And some of that's true, obviously. But also the biggest root problem at this football club, which is always here and which is always going to be here unless they go, is the Glazers. We all know that as fans, that we can't really truly progress as a football club until these guys have actually left. And until they do leave, you're always going to be shackled with owners that don't truly have the best interests of the club at heart, and also don't have the ambition which matches the fans' ambition. And that's a big problem. When you've got that disconnect there, plus they're not even around. They're in New York or wherever. They don't really give a toss. It's like these, all these protests that are taking place today. It's absolutely fantastic to see, the voices being spoken, of course, and you've got to make your presence known. But it's not like they're there taking the brunt of it, is all I'm saying. So it's like they're just in their ivory tower, overseeing things from afar, raking in the money. They've got this fantastic asset here. They put it for, 800 million? 800 million, and they bought it in debt money, might I add, which, just for a start, you look at the Premier League, you look at how the sale was handled. Shouldn't have been allowed. How that was allowed by the Premier League, I do not know. But to languish a club, any club, even if it's Manchester United, with £800 million worth of debt from the new owners, is actually pretty despicable, if you ask me. But anyway, so that happened, and then since then they've paid off what, half of that over 16, 17, however many years. Fucking unbelievably gash. These guys have clearly just lined their own coffers. And what is the solution here, really? Well, I mean, the only way that you could get these guys out is if there's a big offer that comes in from another businessman or somebody, or a fan consortium, or a legend-backed consortium of people like Sir Alex or the Class of '92 or whoever. We're just wishful thinking here, and it's going to take somewhere, £4 or £5 billion worth of money in order to buy this football club. I mean, I'll ask the live chat real quick here. How much do you think Manchester United's actually worth in this current climate? You look at how some of the sports franchises sell over the years, and some of these, Manchester United's absolutely huge. It's got hundreds of millions of fans all around the world. It's an absolute brand. It's an icon. So, you're talking absolute billions. 180 million, absolutely not top-notch, Tom. 4 billion, says Kyan. 3 billion, says Butterpants. I think Kyan 7 there is pretty much spot on. 4 billion, 5 billion. You're talking about a heck of a lot of money in order to convince the Glazers to go. So the realistic possibility of that being on the table, or somebody actually coming in and buying the club from the Glazers, is totally out the window. I mean, wouldn't it be nice? There's all this talks about, look at Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter or some shit. Sort yourself out, Elon. I've gone on about this 100 times before, but it's so true. Just fucking buy the football club, mate. Imagine having an owner like that who's just in it for fun. I would love to have somebody like that. You got the Tesla cars. Everybody's driving a Tesla car. Solar panels powering all the electrics and the floodlights at the stadiums, etc. You got those batteries, those fucking solar batteries and stuff. It'd be absolutely amazing. You've got a rocket delivers the match ball on pre-game, etc. It'd be truly fantastic. We'd all be positive. We'd all be behind it. So there is hope for us as fans one day, because look, no owners stay in charge forever, do they? Certainly when it comes to these sorts of, owners. Look at Chelsea. Everybody thought Roman Abramovich is there forever. Well, he's gone. Look at Newcastle. Everybody thought that Mike Ashley was going to be there for a long, long time, just constantly just shackling Newcastle United. But eventually he's gone. And eventually there was an offer that came in that he couldn't refuse. And so, that's the hope we've got as fans. And also as fans, what you can do, I guess, is, we've talked about this a lot. And everybody, I think, here, some people certainly at some point will probably be guilty of it, whether it is attending a match, or whether it is buying a bit of merch, or whether it is, buying a MUTV subscription to watch a game. You want to do all these things. You want to follow a team. Of course you do. But ultimately, where it's going to hurt the Glazers is in their back pocket. They don't really give a true shite about anything else, in my opinion. It could be a hostile environment. They're not here. You could stop games from being played, etc. But it's fundamentally going to hurt the team the most. Fundamentally going to hurt the state of the current sort of season, or the season next season, whatever it may affect. That's it. So I mean, technically, United are still in for a top 4 race at the moment. Probably not likely. It's not looking too likely, but technically we are. So it's kind of like, well, really, it's going to hurt us, but we kind of, you've got to go backwards a little bit in order to go forwards here, I think. But then again, that's it. What is it really going to do? We've just got to get the Glazers out of this football club, man, whichever way you can. And if the realist way of hitting it where it hurts is in the back pocket, guys. That's all they give a shit about, is making money. And so if you take that facility of making money away from them by, I don't know, I don't want to tell you how to live your lives. Of course I don't. People are passionate United fans who want to see the team play. They love it. I love it too. But things like your TV subscriptions, or your season, or your tickets and stuff. But hey, I'm not going to say don't go and watch Man United play, because you love United. You want to see the team do well. So yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's kind of like a catch-22. But the best way to stop the Glazers from wanting to own this football club is to limit the earning potential, or the earning power of the football club. So at the moment, they've got a huge amount of money that they can make from various different revenue sources, sponsorship deals, the TV rights. So even if you did protest as fans by not, going to the games and stuff, it's kind of like, well, that's only a tiny percentage of what they make. I mean, there's a couple of million made every single game match day revenue, right? Of course, but crikey, it's like it's a drop in the ocean compared to some of the other money that's being generated by the football club. So yeah. That's the only thing. But essentially, if you get rid of if you actually stop it being such a profitable football club, essentially the stock of Manchester United as well, it's going down. It's like their position becomes not so tenable, becomes not so attractive. If they're more likely to accept a bid of maybe, I don't know, 2.5 billion or 3 billion or whatever it be from somebody who might come in with a slightly lower offer, if their ability to make money in the long term or the short term is affected. So that's what it will come down to for them, guys. I don't think they really give a toss about protests, about fans outside training grounds, or not watching the game for 17 minutes. I actually personally don't think they really give a toss. I think what they give a toss about is money. And so, that's if they're still getting the money, they'll still be happy. They'll still want to, keep the reins of this football club in order to milk it dry like it's a big fat cow. That's all it is. It's just a big fat cash cow for them, guys. Hey, thank you everyone who's in it, by the way. We've got 100 legends tuning in. Do us a favor, smash that like on the video, and let's get a hashtag Glazers out and some green and gold emojis flowing throughout the live chat. Appreciate you all watching and listening. We're going to get into the live chat, see what you guys are thinking about it in a little bit, and we're going to cover all the rest of United news too, but let me just get some of this off my chest. Thank you very much. We've got a super chat here from Night Owl, by the way. He says, glad that Eric didn't sign until he had his terms tied off. The Glazers always manipulating these coaches. And is there going to be a protest tomorrow? Hey, Night Owl, thank you so much for getting in here, mate, with your super chat, lad. Let's get a sue in the chat for the lad. Yeah, there you go. So that's it. He seems to have wanted a few further assurances and a little bit more, confidence that he's going to be given certain freedoms and have a certain budget. So, yeah, I agree. Listen, it wouldn't surprise me if they say one thing and do another, though. And okay, it's this transfer window. They might say, hey, they might offer the world for this transfer window. But what about next transfer window? What about the window after that? Are they going to continue with their promises, or are they just going to be short-term twats? This is also a major concern when you're talking about our guys, because they don't truly seem to back the proper managers. And yes, supposedly there is a fan protest that's taking place tomorrow. I believe the first 17 minutes are planned to be boycotted from the game. And also, protests at the stadium and, walking up to the stadium and all sorts of stuff are planned. Yeah, so yes, Night Owl, that is what is apparently going on, mate. Pig Speaks Facts, thank you, Kyan. Charlie Anthony, welcome in, mate. Thank you so much for the super chat, mate. Appreciate you, dude. No message to go with it, just a pure love bomb. Appreciate you, mate. Right, let's get back into this chat. So, Glazers, yeah, so Manchester United fans staged a training ground protest against the club's owners today, guys. It was a small and peaceful protest. Around 24 fans gathered outside Carrington to protest against the Glazers family who own the club. Another protest is obviously expected at Old Trafford on Saturday before United's Premier League match against Norwich. Ralph Rangnick's been speaking about it, and he says that the fans have a right to express their opinion, and he understood the disappointment with the club's 7th place position. But then again, listen, what I would say is, we're not bothered at this moment in time. I'm looking at the 7th place. That's not what it's really about. What it's really about is the realization that another season has just passed us by, that we're going further backwards with the Glazers at the helm. And everybody can see it because, there's other clubs that are now coming to the fore. Newcastle, give them a couple of years with their owners. They'll be right back up. They're smacking everyone probably. And then you've got also, the other top teams are not going away. If United should be trying to, if United are to topple teams like Liverpool and Manchester City, then United have to be ambitious. You have to have ambitious owners who are prepared to, do what it takes to rival those teams, whether it comes to spending money or, recruitment networks, all those sorts of things. So, in regards to what we have to do as a club, they don't give us exactly what we need. Some people say, oh, they spent a shitload of money. Probably some scousers in it right now saying, man, you spent more money than us. What you on about? Yeah, but they've spent it shite, and they've not invested in all true areas of the football club. On the face of it, they might have invested a lot of money, but instead of spending it in the right way as well, because of certain people at the club under the Glazers ownership, it all comes in under that umbrella. If they've got fucking Woodward in charge, or Matty Judge, or some of these guys who have been in charge of recruitment and overseeing transfers, and they're shit in the bed, well, that comes under the Glazers umbrella of ownership and management and everything. So, if they're signing Harry Maguire instead of Virgil van Dijk, or looking, some Melt instead of Ruben Dias or whoever, making the wrong decisions, that's their fault. They've spent the money wrong. They've spent the money in a wrong way. And so their ownership, their management, their overseeing the football club is piss poor in terms of what they've spent in all areas. Okay, on the face of it, they have spent money on transfers, but they haven't spent it well. But everywhere else, you know, facilities-wise, they're being left behind. Yeah, they might have just appointed Spurs as architect that designed their stadium to draw up plans for a new overhaul at Old Trafford and stuff. But you know, it's just blank promises, if you ask me. It's just bullshit. There's no substance really with these guys most of the time. So, and that again, it's just probably a knock-up bodge job, if you ask me. I don't think they're going to, you know, tear down Old Trafford, build a new state-of-the-art stadium. Not know if people would even want that. But certainly, I think, you know, it might just be about increasing the capacity by a few thousand, so they can flog a few more tickets, make a bit more money over the short term. That's sort of what they're thinking of. But anyway, Rangnick said that that the fans have a right to express their opinion and understood the disappointment with the club's seventh place finish. Police called to Carrington to deal with Man United protests. Rangnick not saying much on Ten Hag. Thinks sure we'll be lucky to play again this season. So he said some things in his presser. Just back on the point here. We know that football is a game of passion and emotion, he said. I think we can all understand our supporters are disappointed with where we stand in the table and with the performance which we showed against Everton. But I believe our supporters are one of the best, if not the best in England. For a start there, he's fucking at the mayor with that statement. That, you know, he definitely shouldn't have said that. He should have just said, I believe our supporters are the best. That's what he should have said. I believe our supporters are one of the best, if not the best. Makes us sound like we're not one of the best. Anyway, in England, and as long as they protest in a peaceful way, and as long as they still support the team in the stadium, I think they have the right to express their opinion. I can understand that they'd be disappointed. Yeah, fair enough. We can't say too much, can he? I understand this. He can't go, well, you know what it's really down to is the fact that the owners are absolutely shite, and they've got the right to express their opinion about the shit owners. We didn't even sign anybody in January. Trust me, I know all too much about this Glazer gashness. So he couldn't say that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's not really down. I don't think it's down to this. It's just the fact that another season's gone and we're going backwards is why everybody's pissed off again. Yeah, give them hell, Sean Easom. You're a bunch of legends getting in here today. Thank you for joining us. Over 121 of you. Have your say, guys. Get your opinions in. I will be jumping in and out of the live chat. But there's only about 30 fans, I believe, congregated with a banner. There was a banner against the Glazer family. Pictures showed that the police were in attendance, but it was a small protest and it was peaceful. And that's it. That's it. Football fans do have the right to protest and voice their opinions. And our opinions as a collective, I think most of us, 99% of us, are not happy that this great football club, this once great football club, is owned by such bad owners. That's it. We need a new approach. We need new owners. We need, I don't know, some sort of consortium that's got the best interest of this football club at heart. Some sort of fan ownership would be truly amazing. It's probably too far-fetched, but if not the Glazers, then somebody who could actually maybe want to see this football club do well, who's got the ambition to tussle with the likes of City and Liverpool and, owners that are prepared to spend huge amounts of money to try and achieve that goal. And strengthen all different areas. Because I'll tell you something, it's not just every department of United is falling to bits, guys. It's not just a leaky roof or a leaky stadium or some, or the squad or the team doing absolutely shite. It's not that. It's actually every single department of this football club. Even just think about like youth development or youth recruitment. Things like that over the years. Okay, they've stepped it up recently because they've had to do it with the youth recruitment. We've got some good youth players, etc. But what about bringing them through? What about the success stories? There's just not that many of them, is there? Other teams are doing it better than us. Loads of other teams. Southampton's got a way better sort of a youth setup, development network, it seems, development setup there. Man City these days, there's a lot of youngsters coming through at City. They're establishing players like Foden, etc. Manchester United, okay, there's your Greenwoods, there's your Rashfords. Elanga's come through this season, but really it's like, where's the class of 92? Where's the crop of great young talents that's coming through and being signed and developed at Manchester United? Every single aspect of the club has fallen off. So that's all been overseen by the Glazers ownership, man. Hashtag Glazers out. Get them out of this football club because they're just a cancer like a rust that's destroying the football club from the inside out, unfortunately. And until they're gone, things won't get better. You really think? I mean, smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that Man United, regardless of who we bring in or regardless of what manager, can challenge the likes of City and Liverpool next season for the title. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think we can. Smash another number in the live chat if you don't think it's really realistic. Well, probably because we're so far behind in every department. Brandon put 69. Johnny M says, yeah, 2. Solo says 2. How are you doing there, Solo? Great to see you, mate. Butterpan, Scott Hutchison. Yeah, everybody's putting a different number in there. And it's not because we don't want to see Manchester United do it. It's because You've got to be realistic. You've got to say that just in all areas, we're not good enough. We're too far off. We don't have the ambition. I mean, maybe if you had super ambitious owners who were like, you know what, no. Sorry to say, but no, we're not going out like this. We're having a proper good push of it in the summer transfer window. We're going to go out there. We're going to sign fucking a whole new team, and we're going to spend hundreds of millions, and we're going to get what we need. I doubt they'll do that. I mean, if they appoint Ten Hag, what I like about appointing Ten Hag is that he's going to bring in his own sort of players, a couple of his own players. You'd expect him to go and sort of pilfer maybe Ajax for 1 or 2, possibly 3. There's talks of maybe Timber, Anthony, Gravenberch, a couple of players maybe that would be nice to come in. They're all sort of reasonably budget signings, which suits Manchester United. They're players that he knows, so that's going to give him a decent core as well. It all works out well for all parties, but it's not really the most super ambitious. What you need to be doing, if you ask me, if you were a super ambitious club in this transfer window, is going out and signing a whole host of good players. Go and get like Tielemans. Go and get, I don't know, Neves. Go and get Rudiger. Go and get Darwin as well. Darwin Núñez. Go and get Neves. Did I say Neves or Núñez? Yeah, go and get one of these dudes. You know, go and get a bunch of these quality players that we could definitely do with United. Yeah, okay, Gravenberch, Anthony, Timber, these guys do excite me. These guys are good options, absolutely, and if he knows them and works with them, that's great. But I'd also like to see us have ambition to sign other top players and bring them in too, to try and close that gap. We can't challenge those teams next season. We're too far off of them. But you want to close the gap as much as possible in this season of transition. And by doing that, you know, by signing quality players, you're going to give yourself the best chance to do that. But I don't actually think we'll do that. What we'll probably do is just cheap out. Ten Hag's got a track record, right, of developing players and also signing players on the cheap because he's had to at Ajax. So the Glazers are aware of this. They probably will sign quite a few players, but I think there will be quite reasonable budget options. I don't really see us going out there buying many players for 50 or 60 million pounds, in all fairness. Maybe we will, maybe I'll be surprised, but I just don't really see us doing that. I think we'll probably sign a bunch of different players, all for, you know, like 20 to 30 million or, you know, somewhere in that region. I don't think it's going to be a huge investment in the summer, but I hope I'm wrong. Hey, Rushmano, thank you so much for the super chat, mate. Get in there, man. Really appreciate you, dude. Get in there, my son. Rushmano the Don. Ellie's in here as well. She says, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Ellie. Hope you're good today. Yes, please do smash the like and subscribe if you're new. Savulon, what's going on? Says 0.001. Sukranational Passion, not realistic, 0. Rushmano, thanks for the super chat, mate. He says, all I want, Pig, is an owner who wants the best for United and to use the revenue to invest properly, not use the club as a cash cow. Hashtag Glazers out. Absolutely agree with you, Rushmano. Yeah, thank you so much for your super chat, man. Yeah, what you've just said there just rings completely true. Have an owner that actually cares or just wants to see the club do well, that actually wants to reinvest the money that's made from the football club into the club. Is that too much to ask? It's got to be some super fan Manchester United fan group. You know, why can't you just get a consortium of fucking Mick Hucknall and, you know, just a load of Manchester United fans together? I mean, surely people could get an investment group behind them as well, you know, or if you've got all these big names, a big consortium together. I think it's time, you know, we've got to get some sort of consortium together and, you know, try and buy the club off of them. It's the only way. It's the only way. You need to take your club back. Get your club back. But that's it. You're right. Not use the club as a cash cow. That's all they do. Same as Mike Ashley, just using Newcastle as a cash cow and also just using it as a billboard to peddle his wares. That's what he's been doing, and he's finally gone. So Newcastle got these new super rich owners. Morally, they might be gash-tastic in some ways. And the deal absolutely stinks. They're basically owned by a country, really, in a roundabout way, even if they're not, but they are. And it stinks. But at the same time, now they're fucking loving it. Now they're in a position where they've got super investors who are going to put so much into the club, who are going to just use it as an entertainment tool. But when you're a fan of the football club, that's a great thing because you're probably going to see like the Chelsea effect, the Roman Abramovich effect, where he's a fucking scummer, and obviously he's used a lot of illicit gains and stuff to make Chelsea great, but you can't argue with the fact that when he was at Chelsea, I think it's fair to say he had the best interest of Chelsea Football Club at heart. And what I mean by that is trying to see them improve and trying to see them win and trying to see them, you know, have success on and off the pitch. That was his priority number one. And he was prepared to spend billions of pounds in order to do that for his own little plaything. And that is his motive. You might not agree with the motive, whatever, it might be wrong, but ultimately, great for everyone involved in the football club, really, isn't it? So that's what Newcastle are going to see now. But United actually have, we've got slumlord owners pretty much. That's what they are. They're slumlord owners. What you really need is somebody to come in to just spruce the place up and actually have some sort of thoughts and care for the football club. Thank you so much, Rushmana. You're an absolute legend. Hey, we're only 15 likes away from 100 likes. You know what to do if you just join in. Smash that like button. Spread the word. Hashtag Glazers out as well. But do drop a thumbs up if you're just getting in there. It's free to do so. Helps us compete with the clickbait merchants, charlatans, and corporation melts. So do hit that thumbs up, guys. And let's get 100 likes. Oh, hell yeah. Where is the protest and when, says Stydia? Okay, so in terms of the protest, mate, there's, obviously tomorrow... So there's supposed to be I guess it's outside the stadium. I don't really know. I've not really heard too much about where it's starting, but I guess there's going to be a protest outside the stadium. And then I've heard also there's going to be a 17-minute boycott. That is what's being promoted anyway, is that to boycott the first 17 minutes of the game. So it looks like there's nobody in the stadium, obviously, and then you can come in and watch the rest of the game. So it's not saying to people, hey, don't watch the game. If you've got a ticket, you've got a season ticket, you want to watch the game, you want to see the result, you want to obviously follow your team and support your team. It's not saying don't do that. It's just saying make a point by doing it for 17 minutes. So, 2 p.m. at Old Trafford, says Rushmano. There you go. There you go. 2 p.m. at Old Trafford. Nice one, Rushmano. I was just wondering, out of who's in the live chat, firstly, who's going to the game tomorrow or who's going to the protest tomorrow? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you are going to the game / protest tomorrow. Secondly, if you are going to boycott the first 17 minutes of the game, smash a 2 in the live chat. Let us know. Are you going to do that? And obviously, what's your sort of plans for the protest? But anyway, nice one. Okay, so that's Ragnick's comments, and obviously, he knows that the fans are passionate. So, also, just a couple of things about Ten Hag very quickly, right, guys? So Ajax boss Ten Hag responds after being congratulated over Man United job right reporter. So he was actually asked by Mike Verwey, who said, first of all, congratulations with your move to Manchester United. Can we explain why you are keeping quiet about this? And he said, because I serve Ajax, we need to win the 2 remaining trophies. So, keeping very tight-lipped there, obviously just saying in regards to the reporter asking him about and congratulating him. But he never said, hey, I'm not Manchester United manager yet. He just took the congratulations, but he said, because I'm serving Ajax right now still. So, yeah, obviously we know that he's coming pretty much. It's 90% there. It could fall down on a technicality. He got the job on a technicality of a legend who recommended you, but it probably won't. It's probably going to go ahead. But Ralph Rangnick has been quite coy on this situation as well. He was asked about it earlier on as well in regards to, Ten Hag or the discussions of the managerial situation at the football club. He said, I don't know if it's a done deal. My reply is the same as Eric Ten Hag's was. My focus is on the game tomorrow. Again, we all know he is a good manager, that he's done a good job at Ajax and also at former clubs. But right now, it doesn't make sense to tell you what I think about any other coach. So also keeping quite tight-lipped, but, not saying that it's a done deal. But, yeah, he says, I don't know if it's a done deal, but, pretty much it's getting there. And, of course, the discussions have to take place between the two sides in regards to technicalities and stuff. But, yeah, both Ten Hag and Rangnick both keeping pretty quiet on the current situation there in regards to the move and the appointment. So this is what... what's the Ten Hag latest? So Ten Hag latest has not really changed. It's still that United are working to prepare contacts and, they're going to try and announce the Eric Ten Hag deal as soon as possible. Pretty much the latest news is the same in regards to Ten Hag there. Right, 2 seconds. I've just lost my thread. Okay, also, so 5 players will be missing from Man United's game. I'm going to do a proper preview of the game later tonight, by the way, about 9 p.m. So do tune in for that. We're going to do a match preview for the game. But 5 players will be missing from United, with Fred the latest absentee because of the hip injury, and also Luke Shaw might not play again this season. Rafael Varane, Scott McTominay, and Anderson Cavani are still out injured. So we're going to cover all that later in the match preview, give you predictions, score predictions, match lineup predictions, and all that stuff as well, and cover the latest team news ahead of the game. But Luke Shaw may be out for the season, guys. Luke Shaw out for the season. He's been crap anyway, to be honest. Crikey, I dread to think though, if he's sat up for the rest of the season, what sort of weight he's going to return back when he's come back from for pre-season training next summer or this summer. Because crikey, mate, he's already carrying about £7 worth of extra timber. So there you go, guys. Fred is out tomorrow as well. Cavani, Varane, Shaw, and McTominay still out also. Right, dudes. Okay, so let's get into the live chat, talk about the protest, talk about these Glazer shithouses. Then I have got a lot of transfer news and other sort of news about Manchester United, which I'm going to cover for the remainder of the video. But do us a favour, drop a like and get your thoughts. Oh, shit, punch the mic. And get your thoughts in the live chat as well about what we just discussed. Glazers, you know, their management of this football club, their ownership of this football club. It's just an absolute farce and a disgrace. And until they're gone, it won't really get any better, I don't think. You'd rather start Pat Butcher than Maguire, says Gaz Elliott. Hey there, Fed Spotter Barry, what's going on? You had a nightmare. We were playing in the UEFA Conference League, mate. Oh no, that's it, man. I mean, that's how far we're gonna have fallen, mate. We could be potentially playing in that absolute gash competition, lad. I'd rather we finished 8th and just totally missed out. In all fairness, if we're not going to finish 4th, I'd rather we missed 8th. Simon Carey says, Pig, the boycott won't happen. It doesn't do a thing because they have the money and pay. Pig, they try to walk out and no one did it because the club comes first. Simon, I get that. Yeah, the fans largely, you know, you want to watch the team and see the team do well. But it's not a boycott as in a full game boycott or a walkout this time where you're missing the end of the game. This is a slightly different planned situation, I think, which is you're supposed to avoid the first 17 minutes of the game to make a point. So, you know, it looks like there's no bastard in the stadium. And also, you know, just to say, hey, peacefully, we're not fucking happy. I guess it only makes a certain impact. It only makes a certain point. I know what you're saying. Like, what's it really going to do? What's it really going to do? We talked at the start of this video, the best way to hurt them is in the pocket. That's the only way, is financially. You make it as horrible a situation at the club for them financially. Whether that does mean, you know, doing protests and things which hurt the profile of the club, which maybe impacts stock prices, or, you know, you hurt them in the pocket by not buying merch, not buying subscriptions, not buying games, not buying, you know, tickets and all this from malarkeys. That's realistically the only way you can properly protest. But people aren't going to do that as much because they want to see the team play and they love the team. So it's a catch-22, mate. I know. Vincent Bullock says, who's going to the game tomorrow? You going, Vincent? Neil Duffin, man, thank you very much. I think we just smashed 100. How you doing there, Neil Duffin? Top man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, what, you know, it's just a disgrace, guys. We all want to see these guys leave. We need somebody to come in who cares. Like Rushmana was saying, no, you need owners that care, that just want to see the club do well and have ambition to challenge. It's not too much to ask for, is it? BTH says, smashing the sponsor boards that go around the pitch. Well, I mean, I don't think that's a good plan, man. I mean, you saw the last protest when fans sort of burst into the stadium and somebody pushed the camera over and stuff. I mean, that sort of stuff's not really a good look. It's not really gonna help. It's peaceful protest is the best way, really. But you know, they're not going to take notice anyway because they're not even in the country, mate. That's the reality. They're just in some big tower in New York somewhere. Vincent says, yes, I'm going and I will be in the match program. My picture because they're interviewing there about a friend. Oh, get in there. Nice one, Vincent Biller. That's awesome, mate. Sweet. Good man. Kind of getting bored of Varane, says Deso up next. Well, he's just constantly injured, mate, isn't he? Constantly injured. Right, anyway, so let me get into the rest of the news then, guys. I've got transfer news coming out the wazoo. Ten Hag targets Tchouameni and Man United master plan. So this is what's been reported by various outlets. ESPN reporting that Erik Ten Hag's very eager to overhaul Man United's midfield. And, you know, there's reports that Ten Hag, who's set to take over, has already given the nod or said that he's keen on the signing of Aurelien Tchouameni from Monaco. And so he's sort of given them a preordained nod of the doff of the cap. Apparently, that's what's being reported from various outlets, including ESPN. Ten Hag apparently discussed his thoughts on the United squad as part of his interview for the job at Old Trafford last month. An official confirmation of appointment could come as early as the end of April. But yeah, Monaco are open to negotiations regarding a move for this guy. And the recruitment department of United have also been finalising some players on a shortlist. Apparently, which, you know, we've discussed that they've got a short list of players which they want to speak to Ten Hag about. Ten Hag will be allowed to obviously present his own targets and things like that. But among them, apparently, they've discussed already is Tchouameni, a 22-year-old midfielder. He's having a good season in League One, and you know, he seems like a good player. So that's good news. I mean, positive news. I would take him. You know, 22 years of age. Seems like he's had a very, very good season over there in France. You know, we do need somebody that can play well in a double pivot and is athletic and strong and good defensively, but can play the ball a little bit as well. So, you know, it would be excellent. We need to look at replacements for Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba's absolutely guff for Manchester United. He's realistically going to be leaving in the summer. I can't see a situation where they sign him up to a new deal because he's rubbish, and it would just be mental if they did. It wouldn't make any sense for me, but they might. But I would imagine we need to get a replacement for Paul Pogba. He's somebody that makes a bit of sense. There's other players that make sense too. I'm not saying that, you know, he should be the only midfielder we sign. I mean, crikey, as we discussed, I mean, there's so many different options, whether it's Tchouameni, Ruben Neves, you know, Bellingham. Bellingham would be a great signing, another great young fit. Tielemans over at Leicester. I'd take Tielemans in a heartbeat at Manchester United right now compared to the shite we've got in our midfield, right? So there's a lot of different options for United. So look, at this moment, it's all kind of speculative, but reports are coming out that Tchouameni is high on Ten Hag's list of players that he'd quite like to sign. There's also reports of other players such as, you know, Nkunku being on the list as well, and a whole bunch of different players from Ajax such as Timber, Anthony, and Gravenberch also are all players that could potentially be signed for Manchester United this summer. So I'll just ask the live chat just for fun, if you could sign one of these midfielders that we've just discussed, who would be the first midfielder that you sign under Ten Hag, or Ten Hag should sign? Who do you think the first midfielder Ten Hag should sign is? Let me know in the live chat. Get your thoughts in. You know, I really like Ruben Neves, and it's because he's like understated. He's just playing for Wolves there. He's not Billy Big Bollocks. He's no nonsense. He gets on with it. He plays every single game, every single week for them. He's been doing it for years in the Premier League. He's still young. He's tough. He's robust. He's a good passer of the ball. He's a good playmaker. He's defensively sound. He's proven in the Premier League. There's a lot of plus points for Ruben Neves, and he's not a huge amount of money. So I do like Ruben Neves. Let's see what you guys say. Yeah, so Rice, yeah, okay, fair enough. Rice, great player, but again, is that realistic? Because he's going to be a whole bunch of money, mate. Bellingham, says Joe Pringle, again, is it as realistic as Neves? Neves is way more realistic, right? But Bellingham would be no doubt a fantastic signing, mate. Oh, what a signing. Hey, Bell6091, how you doing today? Welcome in the stream, my friend. Top Notch Tom, here's a joke for you. You can't believe everything you hear, but you can't repeat it. By the way, rip the myth that legend himself, Sean Dyche, has been sacked. Oh my goodness me, mate. Sean Dyche has been sacked. You what? Once again, I'm absolutely disgusted that the owners of Burnley have decided to sack me. Sack me! Sack me after 9.5 years. I've kept that shit team in the league for 9.5 years. Mate, Sean Dyche must be absolutely livid. What the fuck are they thinking, by the way? Just sorry to derail onto Burnley, but as soon as you mention it, hold on a second. Why would they sack Dyche, mate? He's literally been bossing it for them. He's got them up to, I don't know, like, pretty high in the league. Didn't they finish like fucking 8th or 7th or something like that one season? Fucking hell. I mean, they definitely had a mare there, I think. They definitely had a mare. There's just, memories are just too short in football. So there you go. He's been sacked. He's been sacked in the morning, yeah? Fucking hell. Sean Dyche, once again, it's time to eat worms. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get the missus to go in the garden and pat the grass with the spade. And then we're going to eat some worms for dinner. The Vootinator, thank you for being a member of the channel for 19 months. Let's get a hashtag 19 in the live chat for the Vootinator. He says to everyone at the protest, hashtag Glazers out always. Glazers out. Looking indeed, the Vootinator. Let's get some hashtag Glazers out in the live chat. I couldn't agree more. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of our club. Neves for United. I love him, says Punisher YT. Neves is great, says Orlando. Neves, says Susan Lively Sue. Overpriced Rice. That's it. Rice would be a great signing. Homegrown, only 22, proven for England, proven for West Ham. Definitely a very, very good talent, right? But they say they want 90 million or 100 mil for him. It's not worth paying that when you can buy a player like Neves for maybe half that. Just doesn't make sense. Or Tielemans for half that. Just doesn't make sense. Yeah, can't believe Burnley sacked Pat Butcher. I know, Joe Pringle. It's an absolute disgrace. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and get a new job at a new club. I'm just going to raid them. I'm going to beat Tarkowski and everyone else. Ruddy can't game. What's going on, mate? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Griffo Chaz, nice. Check this out. Protest article out. Thank you so much there, Griffo Chaz. I'm going to pin that to the top of the live chat. What a don. What an absolute don. So, guys, check the website out as well. There's an article which Griffo Chaz has just released online. So, please do check that out. Okay, guys. So Neves and Bellingham, says Neil Duffin. Oh yeah, those two would be great signings. Bellingham's a fantastic talent as well. I don't know how much it would take to get Bellingham. A lot less than Rice, but still a huge amount of money. Depends, doesn't it, what the budget is. I'm just going to estimate that United are going to have to spend a big amount of money this summer. And we can justifiably do it because there's a lot of players going, some big profile players, and we might generate a bit of cash from selling one or two players as well. So I'm thinking we're going to spend quite a lot, but think about it. If you need, you need 4 or 5, 6 players minimum, and more than that really. Well, crikey, that doesn't leave a whole lot of money for each individual player, does it? And if you're signing like a Ruben Neves and then a Bellingham and then a Darwin Núñez, crikey, your money's gone. So yeah, I hope that we can sign a couple of really, really good midfielders, like you say, Neil Duff, and I think we've got to. We've got to go out there and sign 2 midfielders. You can keep Scott McTominay, you can keep Fred. Absolutely, those guys are backups. Nothing more, nothing less. Absolute backup fodder. SBC fodder they are. That's all they are. They're just backups. Rotationary players to come in and do a job for the last half an hour in games, players to play in when you're coming up against Kettering Town in the Cup or lesser opposition in the league. They're not players that you want to throw in there in the depths of battle in a Champions League final, in my opinion, because they're bang below average. So, those guys, they can stay. But players like Pogba, it's time to go. Also, players like Matic, as much as we love the guy. In fact, we got a bit of an update from Jonathan Schrager online about Matic. Nemanja Matic has officially informed Manchester United of his wish to leave the club this summer. That's what's been reported by Jonathan Schrager, and got nothing to really think that that's not true, because let's face it, well, he hasn't really played that much. He's getting on. He's surplus to requirements now at United. It suits all parties. So I think that if we can get rid of Nemanja Matic this summer, it makes sense. Pogba will be going to PSG or somewhere, I think, in the summer. I really doubt Pogba stays. Hashtag Pogba in or hashtag Pogba out, guys. Let me know. But blatantly, Pogba out. So, yeah, for that reason, we've got to go and sign at least 2 top-quality midfielders in the summer. I personally would like to sign, if I was Manchester United, I would sign maybe Neves and Tielemans. I would sign those 2. I know that's a lot of investment, maybe 80, 90, maybe even 100 mil. But I think it would be an investment well worth it, in my opinion, to get those 2 guys in, because they're both proven in the Premier League and they're both sort of ready to go. And that is kind of very important. So it's all well and good saying, oh, Jude Bellingham's the Don. But if he comes over to the Premier League, is it going to take a little bit of time for him to adapt, kind of like it has done for Jadon Sancho, or kind of like it did last year for Havertz or Werner? Or, it's a different environment. So for those reasons, I think if you go and get some proven players, it would be pretty good. Rushmano says Donny incoming. And as well, yeah, Donny would be a fantastic player to see flourish at United. We haven't seen it yet. He's also had a bit of a torrid time so far at Everton. It's not been going well under Frank Lampard at all, really. So Donny van der Beek, yeah, he's going to be like a new player when he comes back to United, because he's going to have a new coach, Ten Hag, who knows and likes him and is probably going to want to keep him and unlock his abilities and utilise him. So, yeah, you could see Donny do well. Hopefully, Donny's got the qualities to be able to do the job. I actually rate Donny from what I've seen. He's like a little Dutch Paul Scholes. I've said it many times before, without the true quality of Scholes. But, like the way he sort of shields the ball, passes the ball, he's comfortable on the ball. It reminds me of he reminds me of a Scholes, but just not as good, obviously. And if he was anywhere near as good, he wouldn't obviously be played by the managers. Right, guys. So yeah, lots of talk about who could come in. Lots of different links of midfielders, lots of different links of other players as well from Ajax, etc. We can only hope that we can sign 7 players this summer. That's all. That's what we need with the amount of players that are going out, is to sign 7 guys. Right, okay, so some reports coming out. Sky Sports reporting that, Cristiano Ronaldo's second spell at United could end prematurely, with Erik Ten Hag apparently making it clear, or supposedly not too much of a fan of his playing style. I think it's just absolute BS. You see, there's so much speculation that's coming out here, man. Like, what manager in their right mind wouldn't want Ronaldo as an option, though? We know Ronaldo's getting on. Maybe he's not going to play all the time. Yeah, you do want to look to the future and sign in. But given the choice, wouldn't you want Ronaldo at the club? So I think it's kind of bullshit. Also, United are actually making moves, as supposedly for one of Erik Ten Hag's first signings. So a couple of different players being linked. Christopher Nkunku is apparently RB Leipzig player being linked. And also Calvin Phillips is also being linked as well, guys. Leeds United midfielder Calvin Phillips. We could do worse than Calvin Phillips, in all fairness. But, I mean, I'm not going to get into the Calvin Phillips stuff. That's it. There's loads of players we've just talked about that are better. So United shouldn't try and cheap out here. We should try and get the players that are going to help us. And, he is a good player, by the way. He seems like a nice lad as well, even if he's a lead scummer. But ultimately, we want to aim a little bit higher, I think. Calvin Phillips, guys, yes or no? Neves and Maddison in, please, says Punisher YT. Well, if we're going to get a player from Leicester, other than Tielemans, I'd like us to go and get Wilfred and Ndidi, mate, because we need like a proper destroyer in this CDM position. But we are being linked to Tchouameni. Maybe he could be like the next Kante. There is hope. By the way, this is interesting news as well. So, as you can see, Fabrizio Romano gives an update in regards to Darwin Núñez. So, a couple of players been linked to the club just relentlessly, but this is one of them. Darwin Núñez on potential Premier League moves of the summer. He was quoted as saying, "I really don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not going to speak about my future before the end of the season." And he also said, Cavani, he's my idol. It's understood Benfica want about 75 to 80 million euros to sell Núñez, which is a huge amount of money. We talked about his goal scoring stats the other day. They're absolutely formidable over at Benfica. But the thing is, obviously, it's going to take a lot of money. He's a hot property. He's got a few years left in his contract. There is several clubs interested in him. He's only 22. He's definitely an exciting talent. So for those reasons, he's going to cost a huge whack. And are United prepared to spend 60 million at the moment? On this player, I don't know. But anyway, there is links with Darwin Núñez. That I think would be an excellent signing for Manchester United. We've got to look to the future. You've got to get younger, hungrier players. Yeah, you could go and get somebody like Kane, and he'll probably score you a lot of goals and cost a lot of money and be good for a few seasons. But this guy could be good for a decade. You got to try and get a different class of player at the moment. I don't really want players that have already done everything. I don't want another Alexis Sanchez situation. I want a situation at the club now where you've got hungry players who've got a point to prove, who are trying to make themselves in the game and find their way in the game, who are hungry. So that's what I want. Hey, we got over 200 legends tuning in here. Thank you for joining us. Guys, let's have a cheeky little Bacon Brigade. Like Spike. It's free, Drop a thumbs up on the video if you haven't done so. Let's get this to 169 likes. Also, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you do drop that subscribe on it. Get yourself involved with the channel. We're on here giving you all the latest United news in a no bullshit, no clickbait way. So have your say, get yourself involved, and click the subscribe button. You know it makes sense. Okay, so Darwin Núñez potentially looking like he could be coming to the Premier League. There's lots of clubs that are interested, though. Whether or not Manchester United have got the cojones to put a decent bid in and try and get him is another question, because there's so many good players we missed out on. Even just in the January transfer window, there's a couple of really cheap players. Julian Alvarez went to City. You got Zachariah went to Juventus. And then previously, Ruben Dias, we couldn't be bothered to sign in for a cheap amount of money when we had the opportunity. We sort of had a mare, and I don't want to miss out on another really, really great talent. Ten Hag has also been linked with signing a new player when he comes in, called Enzo Fernandez as well, who we've discussed recently as well, youngster. So, just another player that's linked that we're talking about. And also we got this update here, which is a little bit interesting, which is in regards to Richarlison. So Everton striker Richarlison and his Velasco Sport Group are now officially signed with CAA-based agency. Being told that Manchester United have discussed Richarlison internally alongside Darwin Núñez and other options. Of course, no talks now. He's totally focused on Everton. Right, guys, I'm going to ask you in the live chat, if you could sign one forward player, one striker for Manchester United. Bear in mind, Ronaldo may or may not be here, but let's just talk about, just doesn't matter. Which striker would you sign? So there's Kane, there's Núñez, Vlahovic maybe could be on the list of people you could go and get. Maybe I don't know. Listen, who would you like to sign? I would rather see us go and sign somebody with a bit of a younger, hungrier state at the moment, rather than somebody like Kane, who's older, who's got maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I like Harry Kane, right? Kane would be good, but Kane says me the football game is short. Kane would be good, man. Kane's a proven goal scorer. You can't deny he would bang you loads of goals in the Premier League. He's proven as they come in the Premier League when it comes to scoring goals. I wouldn't slag the signing of Kane off at all. But I still think if you're going to get Kane, then you want to go and get another forward player as well. You want to get somebody who's young and hungry. I mean, Ronaldo's going to be leaving anyway, so you do really need two forward players coming in soon. You might not have to go and get one right now, depending on if Ronaldo stays. But think about it. Martial might not be here next season. Greenwood might not be in the setup next season, obviously. Doesn't look like it. Rashford's not really a striker anyway. Ronaldo is getting on and probably will only be here for one season at most after this, even if that, and that's a big if. Cavani's going. So you have to get strikers in. You've got to get numbers up there. So you need to sign a couple of forwards. Nunes or Haaland. Well, Haaland's just not realistic. I would love that though, Jordan Griswold. There's no way we go and sign Erling Haaland in this summer transfer window. What? No fucking way. Sadly, he won't be coming here. He's going to go to Man City, I think. If he doesn't go to City, he might go to, Real Madrid or whatever. But I think he's going to end up at City, personally. I think they need him. I think he would do well there. There's the daddy link there. There's the money, the Pep Guardiola link, the success link. I think he's going to go there, sadly. Griffo says Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a no-go, too injury prone. Yeah, and also just too bang average, mate. This is also what I'm saying. I mean, he is a good player, right? But look at this Richarlison link. Richarlison. How about no, you crazy bastard? I'm not into Richarlison at all, really. He's a good player. He actually played well against us the other day, as everybody does seem to. But other than that, he's had quite a nondescript season, if you ask me. And I don't think he would really improve us that much. I think we've got to aim a lot higher than somebody like Richarlison. Kane, yeah, I can get on board with Kane because I know he's capable of scoring, close to 30 goals a season for you if you provide him with a service. Darwin Núñez, you look at his stats, you look at his, his skills, you look at his age, his stats, everything looks really, really good for the future to develop into a really top player. And he's 22 now, can do the business now, but he's only getting better. That sort of signing excites me. But Richarlison, yeah, exactly, Rushmore. He's just not prolific. Neil Duffin says Luis Sinisterra from Feyenoord, 22 years old, Colombian. Hey, respects Neil Duffin. Yeah, I played with him on FIFA, I think, mate. Nice one, Neil, lad. See, Neil Duffin's our scout over there in the Netherlands. So, Neil, I'll ask you, mate, because obviously you're in the Netherlands and you probably follow the Eredivisie a lot closer than most of us do. What's your thoughts on Ten Hag, and also which two Ajax players do you think that United should go and get from Ajax? If Ten Hag comes in and he can go and sign two. I'll ask the live chat now, actually, which two Ajax players would you like to see sign? So there's probably Gravenberch and Anthony for me at the moment. Those would be the two, because I think we need those sorts of players, and they're both good, hungry options, younger, good options. Get Anthony, says Elliot Manduna. Yeah, Levy will want 100 million plus. There you go, Mark Wallace. There's another big problem with the sale of Harry Kane. But how long's left on his contract, man? It's running down. I mean, they know he's want away. The only reason he sort of said he was going to stay and everything is because they didn't want it. They were not going to sell him. City apparently had a 100 million offer rebuffed. You think Ten Hag should try and integrate Van der Beek? I think he will do stuff 55 chunk. Vutinator says Timber and Anthony. Mark Ashton says, I bet you get pissed off reading the chat and seeing all the positive Liverpool fans and skip over our comments and hate all of us. Not really, mate, no. I mean, you went 30 years without winning jack shit. You've literally got the same amount of Premier League trophies as Blackburn Rovers and Leicester City, mate, so calm down. Fucking Billy Big Bollocks over here. Scott Hudson says, I would not buy Kane because spend most transfer budget on one player. Says Scott Hudson, yeah, good point. You don't want to do that. Timber and Anthony, says Tom Charlton. Simon says Anthony and Berghuis. Manchester United signed Neymar, says Jade77. Could you imagine that? Gaz says this club would sign Kane from WWE, not Harry. Oh, shit. Simon Cowie, mate. Sorry, mate. How did I miss that, bro? Fucking hell, mate. Dude. Where's that gone? Simon Cowie. I've had a mare, mate. Sorry, dude. I missed your super chat, mate. You're a don. Thank you very much for sending a super chat. Guys, can we get a sue in there for Mr. Simon Cowie, lad? Thank you, Simon. He says, Pig, under the new financial rules, we will only be able to spend 70% of our revenue. So boycotts will hurt the club more now, says Simon Cowie. Hey, listen, that's unfortunately what's gonna have to happen, though, Simon Cowie. Like, that is it. You've got to, unfortunately, you're gonna have to take a couple of steps backwards before you can go forwards again, man. If you keep winning things and keep making the Glazers money and they're in charge, I mean, for a start, we wouldn't have an issue if they were actually winning things and getting this football club to where it should be and running the football club properly. But let's just say they got us to be challenging. They got us to be, a good team that's making their money still consistently every single season. I mean, it's not enough to it's not enough, mate. You got to hurt them in the back pocket, really. And so I know what you're saying. It is going to hurt the squad. It is going to hurt the team. But you've also got to hurt them in the back pocket. You've got to hurt the overall stock of the squad for a little bit. I don't want it to happen either, mate. I want to see the club do well. I don't want to, hurt the team. I don't want to see the club's value or everything go down. But ultimately, if the club's value did go down, that would only increase the likelihood that the Glazers would fucking do one, son. But fair enough. Simon Carey, you're a legend, mate. You are right, though. New financial restrictions coming in. Well, they don't apply to Manchester City, mate. They'll just give you a fucking golden handshake and everything's fine. Would you take Ward-Prowse maybe for his free kicks alone, Anthony White? Yeah, hang on a second. So, sorry, where's Neil Duffin's response? I don't know if Neil Duffin replied. Oh yeah, Neil Duffin, where did he respond? I'm trying to find... So I did ask him, hey, Leah Rose, what's going on? Says rather Son over Kane as he can play multi-position. Son is a fantastic player. I agree. I've always talked about that. What a player. If I could get any player from Spurs, I agree. It would 100% be Son Heung-min. Great shout, Leah Rose. If only we could do it. He's a bit of a weirdo, though, because he signed like a new deal recently, even when Spurs were doing proper shite. Like, I think he just loves Spurs, man. What's the matter with him, mate? They're shite. He's not going to win anything at Spurs. He's got to question his ambition at Spurs, I'm sorry to say. Jim Watkins says it's ridiculous that we talk months to get one player. Absolutely agree. Jade says, show Manchester United, I'm sorry I ruined. Never. Anthony and Hannah says, Mark Wallace. Anthony and Hannah, great shout, my son. Hey, Clint Rostron, thank you so much for getting in here with your super chat, Clint. He says, I think United need to sign the following, and Ten Hag knows them. Sangare, PSV, CDM, Anthony, CDM, Kakare, oh yeah, Kakare, yeah. Kakare, Nico Elvedi, and Skamaka, striker. Okay, fair play there, Clint Rostron. I like your cheeky little short list there. I like it, mate. Nice one, nice one. Fair play, man. Yeah, well, there you go. There's a couple of good players. Absolutely. I mean, he's gonna. The good thing about Ten Hag is he is absolutely going to bring with him a wealth of knowledge of the Dutch game, and there's going to be an absolute pile of gems playing in the Eredivisie that are good enough to take the step up to the Premier League and do well. So he's going to have seen all those players that he's been playing with and against for years now. And you're right, he probably will dip in. Gaz says Spurs are a boring club. Yeah, that's it. Richard James says, as long as you aren't buying match tickets or shirts, you're not contributing to the Glazers. Most YouTube United fan channels are not match goers anyway, says Richard James. Fair one. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, that's right. I mean, in over the last 10 or 15 years, I haven't contributed much to Manchester United in terms of merchandise at all. One or two things here and there, I'm not going to lie. But I even bought my Manchester United shirt, my home shirt, off eBay this year with Atkins 21 on the back. So some other guy fucking paid them the money and not me. Still, though, and then the other ones were gifts. So I know what you're saying, mate, and I totally agree with you, man. Buying merch is just a fool's game at the moment because all you're doing is supporting their terrible management of this football club, man. It's like you see all these sanctions to do with Russia right now, with what's going on. It's like, yeah, well, these sanctions are happening because they don't want to fund Putin's war. Well, we need to put our own fucking fan sanctions in place to not fund the Glazers' fucking gasness and, their mediocre fucking running of this football club for their own bullshit lifestyle. But yeah, that's it. I agree with you though, mate. Things like, obviously, I'm not telling people how to live their lives because people want to watch the games, and there's lots of legends in here who go to watch the game every single week. They're great supporters of this club. They're fucking season ticket holders. They go, they want to see the best of this club. They love them. They want to see them play. They pay their hard-earned money and look forward to it all week. Who are we to really say, don't do that? And plus, it's only a drop in the ocean. It's only a drop in the ocean for what they actually make from all their various different revenue sources, be it sponsorship revenue, commercial deals, and fucking TV rights and all the rest of it. They make a fucking huge amount of money. And it's just a drop in the ocean, the match day revenue. Thank you, Jim Watkins. Appreciate you, man. Adam says, I agree we should boycott Man United merch until the Glazers are out. Spot on, yeah, spot on. I mean, that's it. I mean, you can only do what you can do. This isn't going to do all that much, guys. I'm just being realistic. Look at what the last things did. I mean, there was a bloody firebomb at Ed Woodward's house, or not a firebomb, but whatever, a flare or whatever was set off at Ed Woodward's house. There was that surrounding of Old Trafford for that Liverpool game, which stopped the game going ahead. They're not going to get out, guys. They're not going to get out until the situation at the club becomes nowhere near as profitable for them, and it becomes more sense for them to sell the club to make money and get that money back. I mean, in all fairness, I don't know why they don't just get the fuck out now. I'm sure they could sell the club for a few billion. I'm sure if they floated it around. I mean, look at what's going on at Chelsea, right? Chelsea have been put up, obviously, for sale because Roman Abramovich is a very naughty boy, and what's going on with Russia and everything, and so the sanctions have come in from the UK government, all the rest of it. It's up for sale, right? So there's lots of different consortiums and lots of different owners, potential owners, that are putting their offer on the table that have said, hey, this is a business consortium we've got, this is our offer. Apparently loads of different offers from various different businessmen, consortiums have been put on the table, okay? And so that's Chelsea Football Club. If you did that with Manchester United, there would be a host of super rich billionaires, I'm sure, who would just absolutely love the chance of owning Manchester United. So I don't know why they don't just do one and take a big fat payday of a few billion. They've already got this club in a few hundred million debt still. You know, could just get rid of their ownership, give it to someone else, and make a huge profit. The reason they don't do that is because they're a slumlord, and it makes sense for them rather to, you know, do that. It makes sense for them to just rent it out for years. And essentially what I mean by that is they're milking us every single year. They're making a huge amount of money, hundreds of millions every single year, making huge amounts of revenues for this football club. And so they're onto a winner there because it's more profitable for them over 10 or 15 years. And they've still got this asset, which is ever increasing in value as well. They've still got that. It's actually got some similar analogies to property ownership here, right? And so you've got this asset, which is continually growing, and they're still making shitloads of money every single year. The only way you would actually get them to sell is if they stop making that shitloads of money every single year. Their asset might still be worth the same, or it might go down a little bit. But if you actually just make it so it's like, oh, right, so what we were going to make in 10 years, now we're going to make that in 20 or even more. Well, in that case, let's just fucking sell the club for a few bill. That's sort of what it has to become, I think. Thank you, Adam Asquith. I appreciate you, mate. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Simon. We need to sign Antonio Rudiger and Declan Rice and Ruben Neves, either Erling Haaland or Kane. That's what we should do if we had proper ambition and proper owners, mate. I agree, Simon. That's what we bloody should. Hey, Eddie's Football Waffle. How you doing today, mate? Great to see you in here. Hey, Neil Duffin. Thank you so much for the €2 super chat. Sorry if I missed your response in the chat, mate. Sorry, man. I was looking for it. Neil Duffin, thank you for the super chat. Let's get a sue in the live chat. For Neil, he says, Ten Hag takes no crap. Timber and Anthony a must. Nice, Neil Duffin. So our man in the Eredivisie over there, Neil Duffin, says Ten Hag takes no crap. Timber and Anthony. Yeah, Timber. Timber sounds like a great signing, mate. Great opportunity for him. Get rid of a lot of the gash defenders at the football club as well, mate. Anthony is a must. Also, think about who we've got at our football club. Rashford's Gashford at the moment. Martial's Farcial. He's probably going to be going in the summer. Greenwood's. Well, then we've also got, okay, Diallo will be coming back. I mean, look at this thumbnail. So the thumbnail, I don't know if you can see the thumbnail for this video. The thumbnail's got the Glazers on. It's got Amad Diallo on. It's got Donny van der Beek on. It's got Martial on. The reason these players are on the thumbnail is because it's just like, that's just these guys, they just sort of represent the shite of this football club. All these guys are on big money. They signed them in there. Martial's on 100,000. He's out on loan. Donny van der Beek came in. Solskjaer didn't really want him. They just sort of bought him for him. He's not played. They've loaned him out. Amad Diallo came in. They spent nearly 40 million on Amad Diallo. I think they did spend 40 million on Amad Diallo. I haven't seen jack shit from Amad Diallo. He's on loan at fucking Rangers, son. So it's like, it's just terrible. I don't know what they're doing, mate. Absolutely terrible investment recently. What they have invested has been terrible. Fucking Harry Maguire. My goodness. Nice one, Neil Duffin. Thank you so much. Disco Dave getting in here with a €5 super chat. Thank you, Disco Dave. He says, it wouldn't surprise me if the Glazers change their mind and go for a cheaper Sean Dyche. Now that he's been sacked, they're transfer this great club. Disco Dave, yeah. To be fair, they've already contacted me, but to be honest, they couldn't afford me. They couldn't afford me, Disco Dave. Once again, I asked for £50,000 a week. And a bag of worms, and they weren't prepared to meet that. They weren't prepared to meet that valuation. So yeah, probably would go after something like Dyche, wouldn't they? I agree with you, mate. Thank you so much for getting in here with that super chat there, Disco Dave. Can we get a sue in the chat? Rudiger will sign a new contract when Chelsea sanctions are being lifted. Maybe, Freddie, but you never know, mate. You just never know. It's all up in the air at Chelsea at the moment, so you never know. There will be a few players leaving Chelsea based on what's happened in the summer. That's my opinion. He might be one of them. I think that United should try our best to try and sign him personally because I think he's a good player. Hey, Simple Jack, thanks for that, bro. He says, like and subscribe. Thank you, Simple Jack. Hope you're doing good today. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up button, everyone, and smash that subscribe if you're new. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you've really got to ask yourself why. Actually, don't tell me. Don't tell me because it's probably because you're a dick. Anyway, the Cake Cadet says, Piggy didn't read my joke. It says, disgrace, says the Cake Cadet. Oh, there's too many things coming in. If United sign Timber, it's proof that we're putting up trees in the transfer market this summer, says Cake Cadet. I wish I hadn't read it now, my friend. I wish I hadn't read it. Eddie's Football Officer says, boycott, but it seems tourist fans will keep buying, Pigo. It's very true, Eddie's Football Waffle. I mean, it seems like the protests don't really do too much. Like the last time, it's like there was a planned walkout. I can't remember which minute there was a planned walkout. Did it happen? It didn't happen, mate. So I do agree it's a tough one, mate, to get people to actually conform to a proper full-on protest. Because if only a small percentage of people do it, it doesn't have any impact whatsoever. It's got to be all or nothing, really. It's got to be Amazon all or nothing. Glazers out. Thank you, Aaron says, Glazers out. Get those green and gold emojis in the live chat. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Aaron. Hey, we got 54.3k subs. You what, Rushmano? Get in. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream today and hitting that subscribe button. 54.3k subs. Let's be having you. Hashtag 54.3. Come on. Nice one, Rushmano. Thanks for that, bro. Flabby G with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Flabby. He says United sold 1.95 million shirts in 2021. Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, look, Ronaldo was a phenomenon, wasn't he, in terms of shirt sales? That's it. I mean, look, I hadn't bought a shirt since, I don't know, crikey, mid-2000s. So I had maybe late 2000s before this season. And I did buy one off eBay with Atkins 21 on the back. And my missus also did buy me some, as well as gifts, the other ones, for like Christmas and birthday and that sort of stuff, which is unacceptable, right? She's a silly cow for doing that. You know what I mean? Pissed me off, but anyway, you know, but you know what I mean? I'm blaming her, really. I knew what was going on there. I could have said, don't fucking do it. But all the point is I'm making is that when somebody signs like that, a player like that, it's like they've got us eating out the fucking palm of their hands, don't they? Even me, who's been proper, like, anti-merch because of the Glazers ownership and stuff, did want to get a Ronaldo shirt. You know what I mean? That's the reality of this situation. So, yeah, you've got to be like, nah, you've got to stand strong on those things and try and not feed them where you don't have to. I agree, mate. All hail Atkins 21, says 10-ton man. Get in there. Yeah, I know. No, Mrs. Peace Love, I'm just saying she was a silly cow to feed the Glazers, mate. I'm joking. K-Slater says United have so many different fan sources and they all have different goals. It's a shame they can't all join together. Liverpool was cancelled and made a difference due to a protest. Yeah, that's right, K-Slater. That did make a big difference. I'm with you on that one, K-Slater. That would be a very good look if you ask me. If you could actually, right, okay, this is drastic, right? And I'm not trying to drum up anything, right? But if it's drastic, if you could do that every single week, how long do you think it is until the Glazers are gone? Imagine that. If games were not, it would be horrible for us fans, wasn't it? No Man United on because there's protests. Literally, coaches can't get in the ground. There's fucking protests every single week. I don't know, there's a rolling roadblock on all the roads leading to Old Trafford. There's looking a ring of people, an army of people all around refusing to let the game go ahead, right? Well, if that does happen, I don't think it'd actually take that long for them to sell the club because it's not just going to be the matchday revenue that's lost. The reputation, the value of the club, the sponsorship deals, it becomes a lot less palatable and favourable for sponsors to be associated with that sort of thing. And so therefore it might hurt them financially with certain deals maybe being lost or maybe not, but I think it could definitely take an effect. Also, stock value will decrease for them, and so therefore it would increase the likeliness that they would sell. I actually do think that doing something as drastic like that would actually have the quickest turnaround in order to get them out. because it would negatively impact the football club massively in all areas, which is not good for us, is it? Because this is our club and we want it. But in the short term, it's almost kind of like, well, you kind of have to go backwards before you go forwards with these twats. Yes, exactly. 5 billion and we get rid of the Glazers, says Joe Pringle. Please, Elon Musk. Come on, Elon. Come on, Elon. I'm praying Elon Musk buys this football club, my friend. I really am. Tesla on the shirts, SpaceX boards around the stadium, rockets delivering the football. I'm praying for it, guys. We'd be suspended from the league. There you go, Bell 691. So if United got suspended from the league and had a points deduction, maybe they get a points deduction, fines, financial fines, all sorts of things like that. They would get big financial fines as well, even from the Greater Manchester Police. They would obviously they'd get fines from them as well, because for extra policing costs, that's got to be paid for by somebody. Just think about it though. I'm not saying it's a great, I'm just saying what is the option to get these twats out? Cancel Cavani, says Clark Pigger. Yeah, he's always injured, mate. Yeah, he's time to go. He's going in this summer. Yeah, Steve-O says the only way to get them out is to hurt them financially. We're a cash cow for them. Spot on, Steve-O. Spot on. Hurt them financially. Isabella, what's up there? Isabella, how you doing? Thanks for getting in the stream. Thank you, Rushmanos, as well said, Pig. Thank you very much. The only way protests make a difference is when big sponsors rescind those agreements. That's right. Big sponsors would have to take notice if stock value is being damaged, but if also their brand is perhaps being damaged. I mean, who wants to be associated with a club where the whole fan base of that club hates their owners and it's refusing to watch the team play? And you've got advertising hoardings all over the stadium or on the, fucking Aon training complex, whatever it may be. And there's all these pictures of fans protesting alongside it. That's not a good look for sponsors, in my opinion. That's not what they signed up for. So, yeah, it could have a knock-on effect. So you've got to do what you can, guys. Look, you've got to do what you can. I'm not saying that, of course, you've got to do it peacefully. You've got to do it in the right way. The best way you can hurt them is by just not giving them any money, in all fairness. How do you hurt them financially? Well, all of the above, really, Joe Pringle. That's it. Not buying merch, not having MUTV subscriptions, not, having tickets, as drastic as it sounds. Also things like stopping the games going ahead. Look at that Liverpool game. It was announced, there was news around the world. That was discussed around the world in a negative way. The Manchester United fan base refused to let a game, Man United Liverpool, go ahead because of the shitty ownership of this football club. News like that causes ripples around the world, and if that was to happen on a regular basis, I'm almost certain that it would be a matter of time before they're looking for a buyer. I'm almost certain. Yeah, Rush Monis says the buyers are out there. Look at Chelsea. They had multi-billion pound offers. Precisely. Yeah, precisely. The offers would be out there. If the Glazers were actually wanted to float the club and sell the football club, I'm sure there'd be a whole host of super billionaires who would be up for buying this football club. Of course they would. You got people clambering to buy bloody shitty Newcastle and buying Chelsea at the moment. Absolutely. Lots of different offers on the table. So I couldn't agree more. There would be a buyer for Manchester United if the Glazers just got out. So it wouldn't take long. And also, I've said this a couple of years ago, and I say it again. It's like, what's great, what I like about the fact is, if Manchester United fans completely hurt this football club in the short term by doing proposing what I'm doing, which is not going to games, not allowing games to go ahead, and all that rest of it, it would hurt the club in the short term. Of course it would. But, in terms of the long-term gain that we're going to get from it, it would be a lot better for us. And if you actually just stop Manchester United earning money in the short term, it doesn't stop our future earning potential. If Man United fans don't buy the Glazers shite and don't give them the money, well, they make less money in the short term. Their profitability goes down. Their stock value goes down. Their desire to keep the club goes down. But as soon as they're gone, Manchester United's fan base, well, it explodes. Everybody supports the club 100% again. Everybody's buying the merch. Everybody's going to games. Everybody's paying. Everybody's happy to support the club straight away. So it goes from being this level of, we're hurting the club. But as soon as they're gone, it's like, yes, now the party begins. And now we can fully get behind it. And now we can fully take this club to where it belongs. So I think it's personally It's what's needed, man. Hey, Rob, thank you, bro. He says, hi, Piggy, hope you're good. Let's all hit the like button for the pig. Thank you, Rob. Please do smash that like button on the video if you haven't done so. We're nearly at 200 likes, actually, guys. Do smash a like if you're enjoying the video at all. And thanks for being in the community, and thanks for chatting. Sorry if I missed any of you. Amida Red's in here as well, man. Thank you for getting in. Freddie Fulham, Johnny, Jim Watkins, NK Shooter, Stevo, Gunshi, and everybody else as well. Absolute bloody legends. Appreciate you joining. We've got a transfer update, says Rushminer. Let's have a look at this. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have an update in regards to Donny here. So United source say the players have been asking Donny about Ten Hag because he's played under him before. He told them his training sessions are on a different level to what they've been used to, and they have to run like they've never run before. That's what I'd like to see. So Donny van der Beek giving some information about that. Yeah, really intense perfectionist. Donny told him he's a really intense perfectionist who does one-on-one training himself. He controls every aspect of his players, including their diets. The basic message was he's not one to cross. It sounds like one strike and you're out. Interesting. So just in regards to Ten Hag's management style there, sounds pretty positive. We heard Steve McLaren's words the other day where he said his sort of style of coaching was on another level with like dossiers and things planned out to the absolute detail. Right, a little bit more news, guys. A little bit more news before I get into the live chat for a few minutes of Q&A before we wrap the video up. But Anthony Martial is expecting Manchester United return this summer. His loan deal with Sevilla is officially set to expire at the end of June. And he's expecting to come back. I don't know if he's staying or going. He says, I see it very complicated to be able to continue at Sevilla. I'm not worried about that right now. I came knowing that it would be 6 months and then I would surely have to return to Manchester United. Just that wording says everything, doesn't it? I would surely have to return to Manchester United. He's really not happy at Manchester United, is he? I mean, I wouldn't be if I was him. I don't think the new manager should give him a chance, personally. I think it's time to go. Get out with the old, in with the new. Let me know what you think. Keep Martial or sell Martial. But for me, out with the old, in with the new. If you can get rid of him, get rid of him. The only problem is he might not be saleable because no other teams in their right mind would be prepared to spend the money on him that we give him every single week on wages. That's the big issue. But he said, I'm very happy with the experience of playing in a new club as big as Sevilla and having minutes again. If we manage to be a top 4 team, we'd have achieved the goal and I'll be happy for the fans who have been very good to me since I arrived. So I think maybe that's a little bit of a dig as well. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. Bit of a dig about some of the criticisms from United fans. But we've seen him for years and we know how inconsistent he is. Also reports that Manchester United are in line to make an offer maybe for Antonio Rudiger as well. Reports coming out. It's all speculative stuff at the moment. There's a number of clubs linked. Barca, Real, Juve, PSG, Tottenham Hotspur. Even Chelsea obviously still linked with possibly signing him up depending on what's going on. But Rudiger's another player I think Manchester United should absolutely go and get in the summer. Some reports coming out to say that that could happen, which will be nice. Yeah, and also we've already covered it, but just one article I was going to talk about was Sean Dyche being sacked. I can't believe that. Just one topic for discussion. Let's get in the live chat then. If you're just joining us, guys, peaceful protest today outside the training ground. Protest planned for tomorrow, 2 p.m. Old Trafford. Glazers out, green and gold emojis all round. Fucking get out the club. You're a disgrace. And hopefully you just got to make your voices known. Continue for the rest of the season to protest. Don't buy the Glazers shit. And hopefully one day they get an offer on the table that's too good to turn down. But crikey, if you can make it as untenable or as unfavourable position for them at the moment and make them as less money as possible, then that's a good thing. That's a good thing because you need to hit them where they hurt, and that's in the pocket, dudes. Right, anyway, let's get into the live chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm just going to stick around for a few minutes. I've just been aware that I've nearly been rambling on for a whole hour and a half here. You what? But I'm going to stick around for a bit longer until we've got 200 likes because we're only 5 away. So do hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so. And I'm going to get in the chat now, see your thoughts and opinions. Once again, if you're new and you're watching and you're wondering, how do I chat? Subscriber mode's on. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to chat. So do chat, do subscribe, and then in 1 minute you'll be able to chat and have your say. Yeah, the Dyche sacking's crazy. Oh, I know. I mean, it's nothing United related, but fuck me, what a disgrace. I can't believe they've sacked Dyche, in all fairness. Look, I know he's not had a good season, but it's not like they ever give him any money over there to spend or do anything with. God almighty, he's been up against it since day one. He's done almost miracle things at Burnley. So for them to just quickly just cut and shut and get rid of him straight away, I think it's pretty piss poor, isn't it? Ramble on, says Kungshi. Yeah, there's FIFA tonight, Ben Roper. Absolutely, man. I'm also doing a preview of the game around about 9 p.m. 9 p.m. ish as well. Preview for the game tomorrow. Proper preview of all the team news, all the thoughts, opinions, selections, all that sort of stuff. So make sure you come back and tune in for that. Pay Pogba 500k, says Flabby G. Fuck no. No way. Martial out, says Susan. No way is Pogba worth more money than we're paying him now. I guess if they were to offer him the same deal, it's not the worst thing in the world. But you know what? It is the worst thing in the world. I'll tell you why. He takes the place of somebody else who could come in. He's fine. He's a financial drain at this stage. He's a financial drain. Arsenal got rid of Aubameyang for a free. This guy's contract's ending this summer. Let's take the opportunity and fucking get rid. You know, let's get rid of him now because he's just a drain on us resource-wise, and he doesn't really offer us enough week to week. We all know he's a fantastic talent, but he doesn't do it often enough. They're now 12 points off Real Madrid, says Liam Mitchinson. You what? If Ten Hag plays Maguire, then I'm done. Number one will have learned any... Yeah, it's so true, Fire Up. Listen, I don't think he can come in and stick with Slappy Maguire either, mate. I totally agree. Ben Roper says, get in there. I said, how you doing there, Ben Roper? No to Richarlison, says Clark Pigger. Yes to Nkunku. Yes to Nkunku as well, I agree. Tad Bake says, I understand. How you doing, Tad? I understand people want the Glazers out, but do we really want Saudis, Russians? Quite limited in terms of buyers. Fair play, Tad Bakes. That's the conundrum, isn't it? Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Morally, there's some question marks about Newcastle's owners as well, etc. and various... You're absolutely right, Tad Bakes. Like, that's it. What do you want? But I think what we ultimately want, you know, it's like, yeah, if the owners are probably going to be shite. At the very least, if you've got super rich oligarch owners, they're going to just try and get you to win everything and invest in the club. That's the very least. I'd rather that than what we've got now, in all fairness. Listen, I know what you're saying. Would you, you know, like the grass isn't always greener. And morally, some of these situations. Look at Russia. I mean, we've gone on about Chelsea. Chelsea are an absolute disgrace with what they've done over the years, bringing the game into disrepute with their disgusting oligarch owner who's just brought this dirty money into the football club and ruined it for everyone else. So I couldn't agree more. But at the same time, like, it's not going to be any worse for us United fans than right now. You're usually excited before a match, but I'm actually quite nervous. Shouldn't feel like that. Yeah, I know. And we're coming up against Norwich, and we've got question marks about whether or not we can probably beat them. Yeah, Gunshi, time for a fresh start with new players. Couldn't agree more. Roddy Can't Game, thank you for the comment. He says, Burnley going down for sure. If I was their player, I'd be shopping for a new house. I'd be shopping for a new house anyway, because Burnley's a shithole, lad. Simon Jimenez says, I'm usually excited before a match, but I'm actually quite nervous. Shouldn't feel like that where Man United, says Simon. Oh, I read that, didn't I? Simon Cowie with another super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much there, Simon Cowie. Really appreciate that. Hey, look at that, guys. Nemanja Matic just announced that he's leaving, guys. Thank you so much for getting in here. So, you know, we've got that Jonathan Traeger thing up there from earlier. Well, guess what? He was right. And that's what we're reporting on as well. He was right, guys. So Nemanja Matic, sorry, Simon, I'll get into your comment in just a moment. I've just literally seen that Nemanja Matic has announced that he's leaving Manchester United. So let's have a look at this. Nemanja Matic has said, after a great deal of thought, let me get the picture up actually so you guys can see. But yeah, no surprise really. We knew that was coming. But this is what he's tweeted out, or on his Insta it is, with a picture which I'm cut off so you can see it a bit better. But Nemanja Matic says, after a great deal of thought, I've decided that this season will be my last with Manchester United. I've informed the board, the manager, and the players of my decision. It has been a huge honour and a privilege to play for this great club. A big thank you to the fans for their unwavering support. I will now give everything until the end of the season to help my teammates finish as strongly as possible. There you go. Nemanja Matic is gone. Let's get some hand applause emojis in there for Matic. He's actually been a pretty good player for us over the years, man. I mean, he's not been exceptional. He was a better player when he was at Chelsea, but you know, I've never really had too much of an issue with Nemanja Matic, in all fairness. He's a bit of a Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, he's a bit slow, but I still rate him more than the likes of McTominay or Fred over the years, to be fair. Fred's looking a bit better these days, but over the years, definitely Matic has been better. So, yeah, let's get some love hearts in there. Yeah, Rushmana says, well done, Matic. He's had a good few years at United. What has he been in now? Maybe, 5 years? Was it 2017 we signed him? Was it? Somewhere around there. You know, that's a significant time he's been a United player. And he's won the Premier League, says Nice Context. Yeah, Rushmana says, well done, Matic. Now, fuck off. Sort of how I feel as well, mate. Yeah, like, it's time to go. It's time for a change now. Dizzy Red Devil, what's good, man? He's loving it. Getting those applause emojis in there for Matic. Yeah, fair play to him. A serious period of mediocrity for Man United, no doubt. Simon Cowie, thanks for your super chat, mate. He says, it would. Oh, we got 200 likes on the stream. Get in. Simon Cowie says it will take 5 billion to buy the club, but then the new owners have to pay the elephant in the room, the 500 million debt, before any investment, and we could get someone worse. Why do they have to clear off that debt before any investment? Can't they just keep servicing the debt like the fucking current situation? Surely they can. I know what you're saying, though. Yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money to buy the football club and then to invest in it as well. But you don't have to necessarily do that the way you're on about. Thank you, Jim Watkins. Appreciate that, man. No worries, no worries. Thank you so much, lad. Is Burnley that bad? Says, well, he can't game. It's no picnic, son. Neil says, Pogba and Martial front and back end of the pantomime horse. Just 2 back ends, I think, for that one. No direction. Can Maguire announce he's leaving? Says, fire up. Oh, what an amazing thing that would be as well. Top player signed at the wrong part of his career. Tried hard for 5 years, but his legs went. Now McTominay, bye-bye, says Clark Pigott. Respect. Yeah, won the Prem, but not for us, says DLB at 95. Forrest Gump in. Gungshi, did you watch Forrest Gump? Did you watch it? Jim Watkins says, static, Matic, 1 down, many more to go. That's it. Matic needs to go. Mata, as much as I like him and love him, and he's been a great player for us, needs to go. Pogba needs to go. Martial needs to go. Bailly needs to go. Maguire needs to go. Phil Jones needs to go. You know, there's a lot of players need to go. You did great. Yeah, it's a great movie, isn't it? Don Gungshi. I told you that's my favourite movie, that is. Gungshi had never seen Forrest Gump, by the way. I told him he's got to watch Forrest Gump. And he watched it. What a legend. It's a great movie. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I guess that's sort of what United's, next manager's kind of like every single time. United's managerial appointments are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, guys, with United appointment, do you? But anyway, yeah, great movie. Right, okay. Score prediction. We're gonna save that later for the stream tomorrow, Johnny. You guys can get it in there though. I'll ask you guys quickly. What's your score predictions? I'm not going to tell you mine because I'm doing a preview later at 9ish, and I want you guys to tune in and find out then. So come back then. I'll tell you what my score prediction is going to be. They call me Mystic Pig because I predict these things. You had 15. I had me about 15 Dr. Peppers. Yeah, what a movie. 3-0 to United, says Tad Bakes. 5-5, 5-5. 2-1, says Simon Almeida. Amida Red says 4-0. 3-1, says Joe Pringle. Once again, guys, if you're new to this channel, we cover all the latest United news on this channel every single day. Please do subscribe. That's the big red button that says subscribe. There's a little bell icon as well. If you click that, that will notify you when we post and go live, which is every day. So make sure you tune in. We'll give you all the latest with Ten Hag and transfers and all the rest of it in a no bullshit, no clickbait way. Thank you so much, Rushmani. He says, great show, guys. You're a legend, man. So, yes, Nemanja Matic confirmed. Thank you for the live update there as well about Matic. Rushmani, you're a legend. Thank you. Hey, Neil Duffin, you're really looking forward to starting afresh. A good luck to Ten Hag. And come on, United. That's it. New approach, new era, new manager coming in. Hopefully a whole new bunch of players. What I like about this summer is there will be a big change because there is a lot of players going that we know of. Cavani, and all those other players that I just mentioned. Lingard, those guys are all going, definitely. Mata, Matic, it all goes on. The list goes on of all those players I mentioned previously. Loads of players going, which means we should have players coming in, which means we should see a new era at Manchester United, which is good. Thank you, Fire Up, says I love clicking on your bell. Why is it illegal in this country to be able to buy a club or any business really with loans, secure that debt to the club and take dividends out of the club every year? It shouldn't be, Kate Cadet. I'm with you, bro. It's a disgrace. The Premier League need fucking sacking for allowing that sale to begin with. Rushmano's being optimistic, 1-1. Afternoon, Alan Harris. How you doing there, Alan Harris? Hope you're good, my son. We're just wrapping it up, but great to see you, Alan. Neil Tuffin says 3-0, De Gea all free. Thank you, Simon Cowie, for getting in. Thank you, Perky, Solskjaer, Vutinator, Joe Pringle, Rob, Primot says 2-1 to United. Get in there. Eddie's Football Waffle says 2-1 to United. Scrape a win. Yeah, that's it. Last time out against Norwich, we scraped the win, didn't we? Pathetic performance. Absolute bunch of bottle jobs. Gangshi, thank you so much for another late super chat there, you Don. He says, Pig, every time my loins predict 3-0 or 4-1, we always bloody draw or lose. This time, I'm predicting a 1-1. Smart thinking, Gungshi. Then we'd probably lose 3-0, though. Now we're probably going to lose 3-0. Good one, Gungshi. No, good shout. That's a good tactic, mate. We might actually win. Surely we beat Norwich this time around, but we did struggle with them last time. Pathetic is the word. That's right, Eddie's Football for you. Damn right. Are we live about 9:15? Fire up for the preview. About 9:15. So do come and join us for the preview about 9:15 later on tonight, guys. So just under 3 hours time, we'll be back on doing a preview for the game. Too much to talk about for this afternoon video to do a preview at the same time. So we're going to do a preview later. Thank you, everyone. Neil Duffin, Gungshi, Solskjaer, Jim, Fire Up, The Vutinator, Joe Pringle, Eddie, DJ Disco Dave, Alan Harris as well, Tad Bates, all the legends. Thank you so much for watching. That's it from me. You can come back after this video is finished and get your thoughts in the not live comments and keep the debate going there. Make sure you do drop a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United. Also, I would really appreciate everybody to do us a massive, massive favor and check out the new article. Give us a boost up there, man. We've got 2 new articles, in fact. 2 new articles. Let's give this one a new boost. Mate, Griffo Chaz is on the case. So look at this. Nemanja, Matic, leaving. Here's the article, guys. I'm going to post it in the chat. Everyone, go and smash that link that I've just pinned in there. I'm going to pin it to the top of the live chat as well. Go and check out the new news. That's the website. Help us get some clicks. It will help us get more viewers in turn. So that's why I'm asking you to do it, guys. Plus, it's just awesome Man United news written by our own Griffo Chaz. Get in there, dudes. Thanks for tuning in. That's it for me. Once again, thanks to the mods. Thanks to the members. Thanks to all the chatters. Thank you to everybody who watches and who smashed the like and all that stuff. Catch you on the next one, guys. I'll be back later. Stay classy and come on then, United. Sort your bloody lives out. Hashtag Glazers out. Green and gold until the club is sold. Red and black until we get our club back. See you later on, son. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out of here. Let's hope the Glazers are soon too. Bastards!